Dr. Ann Louise, and several years ago I wrote a book called The Gut Flush Plan. In that book I wrote that it's absolutely shocking to discover that intestinal problems are the second highest cause for hospital admissions. As a matter of fact, there are more than 70 million of us that are suffering from digestive disturbances, and each year nearly 80 million Americans get sick from food. Well, I wasn't terribly surprised, although saddened, when I received something across my desk from the New York Times. And it was an article that was just printed in March that said gut infections are growing more lethal. As a matter of fact, GI infections are killing more and more people in the United States, and they've become a particular threat to those of us with immune problems, the young, the elderly, and deaths from these kinds of infections have more than doubled since 1999 to 2007. And so I'm wondering, what's the problem here? What is going on in America's guts that is so lethal? Well, one of those problems is a superbug, a very virulent superbug called Clostridium difficile, or C. difficile to be exact, which has become part and parcel of the hospital environment and has even been found in nursing homes. What we're discovering is that it can be induced by a course of antibiotics, and it, in and of itself, can be a cause of severe dysfunction like colitis in terms of your own intestinal system, and it can even be one of the causes of death if your immune system is under par. So if in fact you have to go into the hospital or you have to take a course of antibiotics, because we're seeing C. difficile outside of the hospital environment as well, one of the most important things you can do is to keep your intestinal tract healthy by keeping the terrain well nourished. And one way that you do that is during a course of antibiotics, it's very important that you take a rather friendly yeast known as sacro-b or Saccharomyces boulardii. And during that course of antibiotics, I would be taking some Saccharomyces boulardii maybe 1, 2, 3 times a day to the tune of either 250 milligrams to 500 milligrams 2 times or maybe 3 times a day. And what you'll find is that this particular type of friendly yeast will safeguard the other issues in your gut, the other friendly or unfriendly bacteria that will start to overgrow, because what happens is that when you take an antibiotic, all the good guys and bad guys are killed at once. But this particular yeast can actually safeguard your intestines from bacterial assault. So sacro-b, Saccharomyces boulardii to the rescue, as well as a good course of probiotics, not just 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks after you have a course of antibiotics, but at least for 6 months. Sometimes it can take till up to a year before your gut is remodeled. So as far as I'm concerned, the answer to America's gut grief problems are a very supported inner terrain, and you can do that with the right kind of probiotics and the right kind of friendly yeast. So this is Dr. Ann Louise saying take care, be healthy, and see you next time.